Hi everyone, and welcome to Good News, the show where we read some of your favourite good news stories from the week. Here are your headlines for the week ending Friday, the 15th of July.
Blind Dave Healey raises £75,000 on Colditz Cycle Challenge. Dolphin poo helps coral reefs survive. Ex-mafia property given to Ukrainian refugees in Italy. And Aboriginal flag to fly permanently on Sydney Harbour Bridge.
A blind man who cycled from Colditz Castle in Germany to West Bromwich has raised more than £75,000 and says the total left him completely stunned. Dave Healey, known as Blind Dave, rode 800 miles in a week in April, finishing at the Hawthorn Stadium. Mr. Healey, 64, used a tandem and rode with 6 others to raise money for the Albion Foundation, the charity arm of the football club he supports. On Wednesday night, Mr. Healey handed over a cheque to the foundation, but he had no idea how much money had been raised until the presentation took place. His wife, Deb, who coordinated the fundraising, kept the final figure a secret until the cheque handover. Speaking on Wednesday, Mr. Healey said, "It's absolutely brilliant. I knew we'd raised a few bob, but didn't know what. Deb kept it a secret from me, and it was a wow moment. The majority of the team are here tonight, and the sponsors, and it's absolutely incredible. I can't thank the sponsors enough for all their support. I wanted to raise £75,000. Didn't think we would due to the pandemic, and fair play, I'm just blown away with it." The Albion Foundation's Jonathan Ward, who picked up the cheque, said, "I know Dave's really proud of the support network he has around him. Dave is absolutely incredible, and we all know that, but these challenges wouldn't happen without this support network, and don't think you realise how important you are to Dave," Mr. Ward told members of Team Blind Dave. "What Dave has done for the foundation is just outstanding. This money, and the money he's raised in the past, has enabled the foundation to have 36 disability teams." Mr. Healey, who has just teamed up with his new guide dog Peter, will next be in action later this month when he carries the Queen's baton around West Bromwich in the run-up to the Commonwealth Games.
The Australian Aboriginal flag is set to permanently fly on Sydney Harbour Bridge next to the Australian flag. The Aboriginal flag has been flying next to the Australian flag all week as part of National Aborigines and Islanders Day observance. However, this morning, the New South Wales or NSW government made the announcement that the Aboriginal flag will permanently replace the NSW flag on the bridge. This comes after some controversy of the $25 million Australian dollar cost to install a third flagpole on the bridge. Nathan Moran, who is the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council Chief Executive, welcomed today's announcement, paying tribute to the 20 years of campaigning successive governments to get this result. "We had been advised back in 2014 with Mike Beard that there was an issue around putting a new flagpole in place. We always wondered whether it could just be a case of replacing either the Australian flag or the New South Wales flag with the Aboriginal flag. A spokesman from the NSW said, "From today, one of Australia's most recognisable landmarks will celebrate our Indigenous people. Our nation's story is a rich and enduring one. Flying the Aboriginal flag permanently above Sydney Harbour Bridge is a celebration and acknowledgement of that."
There may be a solution to coral reefs dying thanks to dolphin poo. In the Maldives lives a small dolphin that goes by the name of spinner dolphin. This particular type of dolphin is known for being acrobatic and highly intelligent. These smart animals can spin their bodies in the air, making as many as 7 rotations at a time, and now they can add special excrement to their skill set. Spinner dolphins spend their days in shallow lagoons in the ocean around the Maldives. In the morning, the dolphins enter the lagoons for a daytime rest and exit in the afternoon. During this period of rest and relaxation, the dolphins deposit large amounts of nitrogen-rich poop. Researchers who observed the dolphins estimated that one pod excreted around 635 pounds of nitrogen in 1 year alone. Nitrogen is an essential nutrient for coral reef. Its role is to enhance coral reef productivity and resilience. Coral reef needs all the help it can get. Due to a myriad of factors, including climate change, overfishing and pollution, coral reefs are dying. When coral reefs are under threat from climate change, pollution, overfishing and other environmental aspects, they turn white as the algae that lives within the coral is expelled. This is referred to as coral bleaching. If the temperature inside the coral stays too high, the coral will not let the algae back in and the coral will die. This is why nitrogen is so important to the reefs. The algae feed on it. Coral reefs are facing profound threats around the world, including climate change and biodiversity loss. But the research has identified a clear ally for them: the spinner dolphins. Dolphins aren't the only marine mammals helping the environment with their waste either. Whale poop is also helping to negate the effects of climate change.
Italy is using ex-mafia housing for a good cause by housing people fleeing war-torn Ukraine. Since the beginning of the war in the Ukraine, Italy has taken 100,000 refugees, and with the influx of people, additional housing was needed. The Italian government has already seized 40,000 properties from the mafia as part of its anti-corruption campaign. Hundreds of those houses have been utilised to house refugees. Tatiana escaped from her home in Bucha, Ukraine. She left with her children and mother after war in the Ukraine started and sought refuge in the north of Milan. She now lives in a house seized from the mafia. Tatiana and her family have received a warm welcome from their local community, including the mayor, Giles Andre Lalo, who is happy to help a family in need. The fact that they are not in a reception centre with too many people, but rather in a proper home, made them feel much calmer and happier with the situation, Lulu said.
So that's all your good news for this week. Join us next time for more of the same.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.